you can mute your screen so that it doesn't have interference with the call, but anytime that you have something that you want to jump in and say, please make sure unmute it and jump in. No problems there at all. So today what we're really wanting to talk about is the inviting process, really geared towards how do you invite when you start to want to build your team and build on coaches. And by the way, you should do that immediately. If Raquel and I made any mistake, is that we were super hesitant in the beginning to bring on new coaches because we were like, we don't know what we're doing and how will we explain to somebody else? We didn't know any more when we tried to avoid inviting coaches than when we started inviting coaches, because you just have to do it and then learn as you go. And you've got all of us to help out. So once we kind of talk about it, you may still be like, ooh, I don't know, but I'm telling you, just jump in. You figure it out so much faster as you're going through it. There is no way to really learn it. And it is really super simple. You will just take it through the same process that you went through. And we're going to go further into what that onboarding process looks like in next week's meeting. But let's say you bring on a coach this week, you let me know, and I will make sure that you go through the exact same steps so that you feel good about how they're coming on and that they're getting started right. But I won't go too much in. I'm going to share my screen so we can get voting. I'm going to pull this little boogie up. Okay, can everybody see it? Good? Okay, perfect. So this is going to be geared towards inviting towards your team. The same exact concepts are great for inviting for challenge groups. So it really is, it works exactly the same way, and they really go hand in hand throughout the month anyway. So if you're inviting for a challenge group, really you're already getting people's minds spinning. So it's just that little tiny extra step to bring people on to your team. Madeline, I just saw that blanket around your neck and I thought you had a bear wrapped around you. You just distracted me. But you look super healthy. Okay, so first things first, you have to build your story. So remember, whatever you're doing on social media, whether it's that you are on a blog or Instagram or Facebook, whatever your outlet is, whatever you have committed to posting 3 to 5 times a day on, you've got to have a storyline so that if I went to your Instagram page or I went to your Facebook page, I could scroll through the last 5 or 10 posts and I would know who you are. I would know what you like to do, what personality you have, that you're a coach, that you like to work out, that you care about your health and fitness. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like a health and fitness junkie. It just means that you care about your health and fitness. There are plenty of us out here who hate to exercise and who hate to eat healthy, but we make it a priority because we know it's important. And there's a lot of people that relate to that. So if that's you and your true self, be honest about that, because that's going to attract all those people that are just like you, and you can help them be successful better than anybody else can. So building your story and being honest about who you are, because people appreciate honesty. There's some echo. Sorry about that. And then really pay attention to what it is that you're putting out there on a daily basis, because you're building respect and you're building trust. You are gaining trust from people when you're consistent with what you're posting. And respect from people is something that's earned. You've got to have stuff on there where people can look at you and say, okay, cool. They're so honest with their journey. They're not where they want to be, but they're so honest in telling me, man, I fell off the nutrition wagon this weekend, but I'm getting back on it. You're able to build trust when you're honest with people, and people appreciate honesty. Now, on the flip side, you don't want to be too negative. You can't every single day be like, today I had a burger. Today I drank wine. It's not that sort of thing. You still have to be this positive person that people can look up to and say, man, they're making it happen. I can do that too. That's what you're really looking for. You want people to look at you and say, that person can help me with whatever it is. They want to jump into a challenge group. They want to change their life. They see you and I'm thinking, man, I want to do the coaching opportunity because that really resonates with me. Whatever it is, when you're building your storyboard, can somebody look at it and see themselves in those shoes? That's what your goal is. You have to build trust before anybody is ever going to join you. If people like you, they're going to listen to what you have to say, but you're going to run into objections, because if people don't trust you, they're not going to be willing to join you because they're going to have hesitations and they're going to be like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. But if they trust you, they're going to know that you wouldn't lead them down something that would not be positive for them, that would not be beneficial for them. So once you've built that trust, and that's where your storyline and your consistent posting comes from, having people actually join and be successful becomes so much more fruitful and so much more successful. So that's what we're going to talk about. Inviting basics. Talk as though you are the audience. So like I said in the beginning, if you're somebody who loves to cook and you are a recipe master and you can't wait to try new foods, you should be posting about those things. Tried this new recipe. It was amazing. You're going to love it. If you hate new recipes and you only cook meals that take 5 minutes or less, you should be posting about those things. Do you want a recipe that takes you 4 minutes to cook and is delicious and healthy? Here it is, because you're going to attract those like-minded people. If I had people following me that wanted somebody to be a chef, we would be in trouble, because I don't like to cook fancy meals. I like quick, easy, and I need it to taste like it's a cheat meal. That's real. That's the honest truth. And people that are like that too are going to resonate, and they're going to find value in what I'm posting. People that are fancy little chefs and like to cook really healthy, pretty dinners are probably not going to be very entertained by what I post. They're going to be like, you, my friend, struggle. And that's okay, but I'm honest to who I am. And think about what inspires you and what pushes you. When you get up in the morning and you roll through social media, because I know you do, what do you see that inspires you? And you're like, ooh, that was good. Ooh, thank you for that. Think of those things and recreate them for yourself and for the people that you're trying to reach out to, your network. And then you want to do your inviting all the time. So sometimes we think of an invite as like a one-time thing. It's not. You're always inviting. There's subtle posts and there's direct invites. We're going to break down both. So subtle posts is something that you're planting seeds several times a day. Should be probably at least once a day in some form or fashion, whether it's planting a seed about a challenge group or just the coaching opportunity. But you should be doing some form of subtle posts probably every day, if not most days of the week, because that's what builds the foundation. That's what builds value, so that when you do put a direct invite out, you've got all those other little seedlings that have helped get people intrigued about it. And then that's all those other little things that are like, man, this person is serious about it. They're constantly talking about it. You're building trust, you're building value, and makes the connection and the conversion so much more successful. Your direct invite, now that's your call to action. That's when you're saying, join me now. So whether you're jumping into my challenge group, you're jumping into my new coach training, whatever that is a direct call to action. I am saying, you right there, get on board this train. And that you want to try to limit to 1 or 2 times a month. Because if you do that too much, A, it's going to be tough for you to keep up with. B, it's going to look like, oh, she's doing it all the time. So there's no sense of urgency to try to reach out and make that initial invitation. Say, you know what, I saw it. I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to see what this is about. So you want to try to limit those, because A, you don't want to come off as salesy, most salesy, because that's icky and nobody likes that. You want to be genuine, because you genuinely want to help people be as successful like you're doing. And so that's all that you're thinking. And be consistent. If you do a great job of posting one week and then you fall off the map the next week, you're having to restart the following week to build that trust, because that trust is hard to gain and it is gone in a second. So just remember that. I know some days you get busy. There's some days you're like, I just don't have anything to post about, so I'm just not gonna. But it's really hard to regain people's trust once you've lost it. So think of that and try to let that be your motivator. Reach out to anybody on Team VIP and be like, hey, I'm stuck. I don't know what to post about today. Help me. And we will, because you can always ask your questions. Have I worked out today? No, I'm going to work out and I'm going to make that a post. Have I drank my Shakeology today? No, I'm going to work out and do that. Have I done, X, Y, Z? Whatever it is. But if you're like, I don't know what to post, reach out to somebody else, let us help. So starting with subtle invite posts. So these are the ones you're planting seeds, you're breadcrumbing it. This should never come across as like salesy or icky or my life is so great. You want it to be subtle, but there's a couple different ways that you can do it. So maybe some ideas you haven't thought of. First of all, you should be celebrating your personal success. And I don't mean posting that hello world, I am a rock star. This just in, I thought you should know. You don't want to be weird about it, but you are doing great things. So you're going through a transformation, whether you are fit as a fiddle or you are in it to lose 50 pounds, you are still working towards goals, and you should be talking about that. So you just started a 21-day fix and you show those results, or even you just talk about those results and how it's changed the way that you feel, your energy levels. You should be talking about that, because that's what people really learn from, and that's what's valuable to people. Talk about your success in the business. Hey, I've been in the business for 4 minutes and I was able to achieve this, or whatever. But be proud of yourself in a way that, when I started, I didn't think that I had what it took. I thought it was going to be so much harder than I could handle. But now I'm on the inside looking out, and I just want to share with you guys, if you have a dream, you should go get it, because I went and got my dream, and I'm so glad I did. Something that is showing them that you've done something positive for yourself, but then still relaying it to them that they should do that too. So it's not saying you need to do what I do, but it's just helping them to inspire and get inspired themselves. Maybe that leads them to coaching, maybe it doesn't, but your goal is just to be a positive impact. And then talk about your future goals, whether they're fitness related, they're health related, they're coaching related, they're I want to be able to be financially free related. It doesn't matter. But share that, because that goes back to honesty, and people appreciate an honest, real story. And then celebrate your successes with your coaches and your clients. So when they hit goals, when they hit a rank advancement, when they get started right, when they have a transformation story, when your challengers have transformation stories, no matter how big or how small, they're so great. Raquel posted one today about a challenger who just talked about the fact that she didn't realize she could eat that much food and lose weight. Like, that right there is like, and this is why I do this, because it helps people. And that's something that's it's just such an amazing feeling to be able to help people. But share that, because that person could look at that post and be like, okay, maybe Raquel could be my coach and teach me something about how to be healthy and fit, because that sounds like the person that I am. I want to feel how that girl feels. Or maybe they're thinking, you know what? I want to help people feel this successful. I want to help people feel this good. They want to reach out for the coaching opportunity. So there's always a lot going on whenever you do a post, and think of that. There's a lot of value that you're putting out there. And then what the coaching opportunity allows you to do. So you get a ton of free stuff from Beachbody. I mean, my Beachbody collection is getting out of control. P90X is on the way, and I'm pretty fired up about it. Free swag. Like, I did not know that when I got into this business, but this girl will hit goals for free stuff. Like, you say there's a hat on the line, I'm never going to wear it, but I need to have it in my collection. It's the weirdest thing. But, talk about that, because people get excited that you're rewarded for successes. People want to be part of something where they know when they do hard work, they're going to be rewarded, no matter how big or how small. And the fact that you can work from anywhere. You could do it at the pool. You can do it at home. You can take it on vacation. You can choose to quit your job and make this your full-time career. There's so much. You change lives on a daily basis. Post about those things, because that adds value to what people are looking at when they're looking at your newsfeed. So some planting seeds examples. So I'm going to back out of this and go. I tried to pull these up so it would be faster. So if it gets where you can't see it, someone should just yell, because I can't see you. Okay, so this is Bonnie Engel. She's been in coaching for like a little over 1.5 years, and she's absolutely she's already in the top 10. She's made literally $1 gazillion. She's just really a good example of, if you hit the ground running with this business and you are genuine and honest with people, you can really be successful very quickly. So if you don't follow this person or these people that I'm going to go through, write them down and follow them, because sometimes when you're stuck on a post, take a look at some other coach posts, and then maybe it sparks something for you. Maybe you go and recreate it all together. Doesn't matter. But anyway, so you're looking at this. So she has an eye-catching photo that you're like, okay, what is she posting about? Because she's got a bunch of foil up in her little blonde hair. But then we look down, and I will just go ahead and share with you. She does some really great stories. But on Facebook, just FYI, people will read stories. So don't feel like you're going to be too long-winded, because if it's valuable to people, they're going to want to dive in and read it. But basically what she was saying was that before she started coaching, she's talking about the fact that that's a luxury. She couldn't always go and get her hair done and not be stressed about it. And that's a big deal to people. That resonates with a lot of people. Those kind of things that are luxuries that you're able to do because you've got this extra income coming in. For her, now it's become an absolute. She's been able to pay off all of her debt. She does so much in giving back. She's been able to do some really great things because her income has grown so substantially. But these kind of posts really get people excited. This is another top coach, and she was talking about, I saw it this week, and for me, I was scrolling through and I stopped and I saw it and I was like, yes, I love this. So she's sitting at the gas station, and her post is about the fact that she used to be stressed about not wanting to fill up at the gas tank, like only having $5 to put in the gas tank. And now she rolls through and the numbers go up and up and up, and she's not stressed about it at all. So being able to talk about what this opportunity is given her. But if you see in the post, there's nothing saying you should be a coach or you should jump on board with me. It's just simply putting out there what her life looks like right now and how she's happy and she's blessed. But it's not icky. It's not like, I'm so great. It's just subtly planting seeds and getting people's wheels turning. This girl, she is so cute. Oh my goodness. I can't see y'all, so don't make faces. But oh, she's not that cute. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what it was. So things that for making positive posts about other people. So this is Whitney. I don't know if you're on here, Whitney. I hope you are. But she was a success starter in her first month. So just shouting out your team's successes, because that gets people excited, saying, hey, man, I know she just posted about her becoming a coach. This girl must be doing so good. And then it also gives the other coach the opportunity to have it on their newsfeed to get them some good engagement. So it's a win-win, and it gets people talking about and thinking, what does she do? What does that coaching actually mean? What does a team mean? So it's just a great way to get people's wheels turning. And then this is Carly. She's another top 10 coach. She just posted, and this is a great way because as you look, it's a terrible picture. She doesn't look cute. She looks like a ragamuffin. Her face, like clearly she's caught off guard, but it's just about her saying, the reason that she loves her job is that she can have a conference call and be on the call with her group of people and look this way, and it's totally cool. So that's something that people resonate with. And our little Raquel has a similar post, business on the top, Petey's on the bottom, and then she talks about how she just hosted a call for the team. So those things are exciting, because when I see that and I don't know anything about coaching, all I'm thinking is, well, geez, I want to wear pajamas to work. How do I do that? So that's kind of what you're thinking about as you're trying to just plant seeds and be subtle with how people could learn about this opportunity, but you don't want to be icky and weird about it. So before you post your sell invite, here's the things I want you to think about. Are you in the picture? That is a must, because people want to see you, whether you look good or you look bad. They want to see you. So put yourself in the picture. Does it capture attention? So if you were scrolling through, would you stop it? So think of the pictures that you saw. Bonnie Engel had her hair all up in foil. And then Lindsay was sitting in a car looking so cute. Raquel had on her pajamas. Carly Del Carly looked like a hot mess. So it makes you stop and be like, why did they post that picture? Because it's not perfect. It's not poised. But it's still, it's eye-catching enough that you stop to look at it. And that's what you want to do, because if you can get someone to stop to look at it, then they're going to be captured in by the caption that you put, by the story that you put down. Does it leave people feeling something? Most important thing when you put it out there. You can leave them feeling entertained. Maybe you made them laugh. You can have them, maybe they are envious because they're like, man, I want to go to work in my pajamas. Or, man, I want to be able to go to the gas tank and have $100 gas bill and not freak out and not feel like I just spent all my money for the month. Maybe they're intrigued. They're like, man, she's posting about all of her coaches having this success. What is it that they're doing? What is she posting about? Are they motivated? Does it make them feel like this person had a great transformation story? That motivates me to want to jump into that and get a great transformation story for myself or for someone else. So thinking about those things. Before we move on to direct invites, any questions, comments? All right, then. I can only see a couple of you because it's my screen, but I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay, so direct invite posts. So these, again, this is your call to action. So this is saying, I've had all these breadcrumbs, but this is me actually saying, I want you to jump on board with me. So you're inviting to something specific. This can be a free business opportunity call or a webinar or a Facebook group, or maybe you're doing a sneak peek, a 3-day sneak peek, 5-day sneak peek. It can be a new coach mentorship, which is you helping somebody come on board. And it can be through a girl boss internship, new training, depending on what your niche market is and the kind of team that you're trying to build. It may sound differently or be worded differently, but ultimately it's all the same thing. You are trying to help other people see that this opportunity might be something that they would be super successful at. And you want to try to give them the opportunity to learn about it so that you can share how it's helped you, how you're growing and loving it, and how they can jump on board and do the same thing. So with that, we've got some examples of those too, don't you worry. Back over to my slides. Okay. Oh, this is another subtle invite from Jen. I just love this one. Another day at the office. It's so cute. And when I see this, I'm like, well, I kind of hate you and I kind of want to be there too. But that's good because it invokes some feeling and it for sure got me thinking, and that's the goal. So love this post by Jen. And she does some really great ones of her another day at the office. Normally she's in the pool doing something fabulous. It's fabulous. She just has a nice good life. Okay, so here's some direct invites. So this is little Millie here. So boom, I see it, coach sneak peek call. So immediately I want to figure out, okay, what is she talking about? There's a clear message about what the call is going to talk about, when the call is going to happen, and there's a direct call to action. Comment below or message me if you're interested in for more information. But it's the sneak peek call is tonight. So there's a call to action, a clear message. How would this help somebody if they want to be on a team like this? So boom, 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 you see it. It's easy to read. The message is super clear. It's very simple. It's a picture of her, very simply done. You could have made this picture in not very much time at all. So that's something great to look at. This is Janelle Summers. She is like the big darn deal of the Beachbody world. She's been in it for a really long time. I absolutely love following her. If you don't follow her, you should. But if you see, like, this picture isn't perfect. It's not poised. This is another one that was easily made in PicMonkey in 4 seconds. And then she just has down here kind of the same information. Just comment below. My new training is starting on Monday. And it's tiny, it's clear, it's direct, but it catches your eye when you're scrolling through. So that's what you're looking for, and that's what your goal is. This was the top coach last year. Get out of here, notifications. Nobody likes you. This is the top coach last year, Melanie Mitro. So this picture was clearly taken by a photographer, but as you saw, the other ones weren't. They were just done. But this is eye-catching because it is a nice professional-looking picture. And again, just a little tiny blurb on the photo. But everyone has a photo of them in it. Same thing. She's got a longer story, so she goes into, so this is why I wanted to show you this one. And you can go back and read and follow these people to really get the details because I don't want to take up all of our time. But she does a whole story, what she was before coaching, why she got into coaching, how it's made her life successful. But then she still hits the key points of the clear message, what the call to action is, and how they would act upon it if they were interested. So good, such a great one. And then the other one I wanted to show us, which the power of video is amazing. This is Anita Myron. She's also a top 10 coach. But she did a video. So I'm going to let us watch it. We'll see if it plays up.
Hey, everybody. My name's Anita
So super
Myron.
simple.
I'm the founder of this page, Anita Get Fit, mom of one, wife to an awesome guy. And I want to invite you to my upcoming What is Beachbody Coaching Happy Hour. So what we're going to be doing is spending 1 hour together Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we're just going to talk about this business. I'm always talking about my success with Team Beachbody, how it's changed my life, how it's changed the life of my family, and I want to invite you to just come check it out. Hear from my top leaders how they've been able to build a full-time to 6-figure income with Team Beachbody. Hear how I've been able to build the income and success that I have with my 15-star guide.
Okay, so you get the point, but video works great if you feel like you're not as good with a picture, you don't know what to put. People love video, and hers was it was a minute. It was a minute and 11 seconds, and that's why I liked it, because people also have the patience of a gnat, and so you've got to be able to capture them very quickly, but you've got to be able to get them excited very quickly too. The most important thing is that you get their attention, you have a clear message, you are in the picture, and then you state how it would benefit the reader. So, and not in a direct way, but in you're being able to say, are you somebody who wants to achieve XYZ? Are you somebody, and whether this is a challenge invite or you're inviting about coaching, you're saying, do you want to be able to build your own business from home? Do you want the freedom to help others and help yourself? So you're transforming your life while you're transforming other people's life. So whatever it is that you are looking for, if you want to be more direct in your invite even further and say, I'm looking for people that are driven. I'm looking for people that are like-minded like me, that have goals to reach. They like to hit goals. They're passionate about what they do. They like to work, whatever it is. Or maybe on the flip side, I'm looking for stay-at-home moms who are looking to earn a little extra income every month or find their passion project. So depending on who it is that you're talking to or what your niche market is, it may look different, but it's still going to speak to how's it going to benefit the reader that you're reaching out to. So before you post, go through these 5 things and make sure that you feel like you've achieved those. And again, if you feel like, I'm not sure about this post, show it to somebody. Show it to your coach. Show it to your success partner. Show it to somebody, because it's easier to bounce ideas off of each other, to say, yes, that's it, money, or not so much, maybe we change XYZ and then I think it'll be great. So heads up to this, and we'll post this in the team page, but just if you're posting anything directly about money, so like, this month with Beachbody, I was able to pay my mortgage. If you're posting something that has directly related to money, you have to put in this like little blurb with a link. I think it's something new that they started. We'll post it in there. I don't know that there's going to be like a Beachbody police that like flies down and gets you, but just in case. So top priorities, but we're going to jump into the Google Drive next, but we're going to stop and take a break to talk about this first. If you build trust, and you build trust through being consistent on social media, and you commit to being consistent every day, and that may mean an hour every day, it may mean 4 hours every day, whatever you have. But if you commit to every single day and you work on yourself, you do your workouts, you work on your nutrition, you focus on Shakeology, you will build trust in other people, and those people will come on board with you, and you will be able to help them be successful. But if you don't have a trusted network and you don't work on you every day, even if you get people to join you, they won't be successful because you won't be able to help them. So you've got to start generating that, because it'll raise their confidence, it'll raise your confidence, and ultimately it will help us help other people. I was talking to somebody today, and they were talking about how there's so many things out there now. It was like I don't even know what it was. It was like a drink that had seaweed in it. It was, maybe you've heard of it, but it's this brand new thing, and they're like, it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But I'm like looking on it, it's completely processed and artificial from here to XYZ, but I'm sure that it has like 0.2% seaweed somewhere in there. Regardless, there's so many things out there, and it was another multi-level marketing situation. There's so many. And that's why if you don't help somebody get into the opportunity, this is just the most amazing thing. I have looked at so many different things, and I just keep coming back to this because it's so good. There's no other company in the world where you can focus on you being better, you working out, you being the best version of yourself, and then you turn around and you help other people do the same thing. It's about, it's not me, how can I be successful? But it's, how can I help somebody else be the very best version of themselves? You feel the best you've ever felt, you look the best you've ever felt, and then you help an army of people do the same thing. It's insane. It's so awesome. But if you struggle to get that information out there, or if you don't tell anybody about it and you keep it in your little secret box, then it's going to be hard for you to do that ripple effect and to make that change. Okay, questions before we go on to the Google Drive sharing? Niente. Not all at once.
No, I think it was good, Jessica. The only thing that I would add, because I feel like we talked about this before, we are so inundated with salespeople, and there's tons of different companies, whether it's It Works or the Wraps or who knows what. I just feel like there's a lot. That one thing that stopped me from sharing the opportunity was I felt like, ooh, people are going to think I'm like icky or like salesy, and I just don't want them to be like, think of me in that way. But recently I heard something and I just felt like it gave me a little bit of a mindset shift, is that, what I have to offer, like I am honestly better for becoming a Beachbody coach. I truly am the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I've always exercised and I've always eaten well, but I truly am healthier than I've ever been. And financially, it has been a blessing for my family, like life changing. And it has connected me to such an amazing group of women that I really needed in my life. So for me, I think, why wouldn't I want to share that with somebody? Like, I have the golden ticket. Like, my life is infinitely better since becoming a coach. So why wouldn't I want to share that with somebody? So it's not icky. It's not salesy. I feel like if you come and join our team, your life will be better. So anyway, sometimes you just got to get past your own self and your own thoughts and just know that what you're having to offer could really honestly improve somebody's life. Like, that's how I think about in challengers. Like, if people work with me, I will change your life if you commit. And it's the same thing. If you join our team, life is going to be better. So just encourage you to do that. And if you need help with posting, because it is sometimes like, how do I word this? Please reach out to us, because we would love to help you create those posts. Okay.
Okay, so next week we're going to talk about, again, the onboarding process. But before we go, I'm going to unshare my screen, and Raquel's going to show you, just if you haven't already accessed the Team VIP Drive page, we're going to show you kind of like, hey, this is what it looks like, and here's what's on here, just so that you know. And then if you are looking for it later, we can definitely help you. But that way you know it's out there, because there's a lot of information that we've put into that centralized location. So we want to make sure that you know how to access it. Okay, let's go. Okay, now you can share.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, maybe. I think it's this one. Okay, so Gmail, let me move this out of the way. So Google Drive, hopefully y'all all have access to this. If not, all you have to do is request. You'll get access tonight. No big deal. So we have the Team VIP folder, and within it, we have tried our best to make it as organized as possible. So again, we have additional training. We'll put post links of, well, there's nothing in there, so that's cool, but I will add additional training. Challenge group templates. So again, you don't have to recreate the wheel. We have 2 templates for you. We're working on another one for a 21-day. But again, all you have to do is plug and chug, copy and paste. Clean eating groups. So we talked about last week about creating a freemium, and whether it's a 3-day, 5-day, Jessica and I ran a free 5-day clean eating group, and we have all the content in there. So if that's something you want to do, again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have it for you. Stuff that we have here, Coach Online Office. Jessica posted this last week. The link library. This little PDF is awesome. Like, any questions you might have, because as a new coach, it can be overwhelming. Tons of stuff. Come here, tons of stuff, information. That income and statement of earnings. So when you do a little post, if you want to post about your income progression or anything having to do with that, the statement that you have to include, just copy and paste from here. And then this is a new Coach Basics that Beachbody just updated. That's there as well. We have the Dash to Diamond groups, email templates. So again, when you're doing your little check-ins with preseason, when you're sending out those emails, they're all in here. When you're doing your challenge check-ins weekly, telling people how to adjust their Shakeology, that's in here as well. As well as when they're like, yeah, I do want to save on that discount. What do I do? That email is in there as well. So again, we try to make it and organize it as much as possible, overcoming objections. As we get an objection, I like to go back in there, write what the objection was, and then write my response so that you know, okay, if I get this, how do I respond? Tons of information on Shakeology, the invite process, how we do that, an archive of team calls. So again, if you've missed the team calls for whatever reason, or maybe you're just new to the group and you weren't there, we have the team calls for you there. So you can always go back and look. There's the link. So again, please go look around. We're going to be talking about this next week on how to get new coaches started right. Because I know when you first bring on a coach, you're like, I don't know. I don't know that much. How would I be able to train someone? No worries. We have it for you. So we will help train you. We will help train your coaches. We will teach you the steps to do it. Again, our job is to make your job as easy as possible. My goal is for y'all to succeed faster than we have. If I can get y'all to succeed faster than we have, I will feel like I have succeeded. So that's the goal of Google Drive, is to make it as easy and as organized and as streamlined as possible. Tons of information. We're constantly adding to it. So whenever I add, it immediately updates. So once you have access to it, you're good to go. And anything that's new will be updated there for you as well. So we hope that you will use this. A lot of times I get questions from people, or, hey, can you send me this? And I don't mind doing it, but just so you know, it's there for you at any time. Because sometimes if I'm not by my phone or I don't see your email, you'll have to wait on me. At this point, this is all the goodness that I have. You can go to it without having to wait on me or Jessica or whoever your upline coach is. Okay, so any questions on that?
Raquel, can you show people from the Team VIP page where the Google Drive is?
Ah, yes, that's fabulous. Okay, so then I posted the link here. So if you go to Team VIP, see more, Team VIP Google Drive, all you got to do is click this link. Boom, you are there. So if you're ever like, how do I get to it? It's in the Team VIP page. So again, there's so much stuff in here, and I think that we've inundated the files section, which is fabulous. But as you can see, the files start to get to be a lot, and you're like, whoa, it's a lot. It's all on Team VIP Google Drive as well. So, but this way it's organized a little bit easier rather than having to scroll down and figure out what is it that I need. There's more information there. Cool. Anything else? Questions? No? Okay.
Just want to say something.
Yeah.
Jessica, great job. I think whenever I first started, and I think I get too much in my head about an invite. And I think of it as something I had to put so much thought into, and it has to be perfect, and it has to be my picture has to be perfect, and I just get overwhelmed. And it's nice to see all those examples of the top coaches, of them being relaxed and not being perfect, and it doesn't have to be the perfect saying, and they can literally just be thanking, Beachbody, whoever, for them to get gas or do their hair. So simple. And even to this day, right now, it just helps me, because it's a hard, sorry, ESPN update. It's a hard thing. Yeah, Cowboys. It's a hard thing to just be like, okay, it's okay. Asking people to come on board sometimes can be really difficult. And just seeing how easy it can be kind of puts me a little bit more relaxed about it. So my goal is to definitely do it twice a month now. I'm putting it out there, so I have to do it.
Good.
I felt the same way. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was feeling the same way as Laura, just kind of I didn't know how to continue my post, because I feel like I've just been doing a lot of the same things. I don't know. I've just been, I don't know. I just kind of had to take a step back and stop trying to reinvent the wheel. I need that reminded to me. And I was trying to get really creative. I was looking at Laura's page and Raquel's page and Jessica's page, to see how they invited people, and trying to take their ideas. And I was like, you know what? I just went back to the Google Drive, and I went to the invite process, and I literally almost word for word just used that. And I was able to sign up a good amount of challengers for my group this month. So it's I don't have to get crazy creative. I can just, I'm glad I can rely on you guys to do the work for me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm so blessed. I love it.
Another thing too I want to say about it is like what Laura was saying, how she now tries to do it twice or whatever. And I follow a lot of different coaches and a lot of y'all. And I think the biggest thing to remember too is not trying to just post to post. I know we say we want to be posting, 2 to 3 times a day, which we all should be, but make sure there's value and quality, and you can always do the subtle business opportunities. All the top coaches almost everything they post is subtly brought back to Beachbody. They never just post like, oh, these are the flowers in my house. Like, they are making those flowers be like talked about Beachbody somehow. So everything they post about is subtly Beachbody, and then they do the few in your faces. So that's my focus. My change of focus is now, how can I make almost everything be brought back to that, or just like my new lifestyle of, you know, life by design, something like that. So if you do remodel your house, or you do something, you know, mentioning like, I love my new life of design and being able to do whatever I want, and something like that. So I think that's the big, that should be a big shift, is just not trying to post. So people are like, why is she randomly telling us these things that she's just doing or has? But it's like, oh, wow, like she has this because of this, or she's doing this because of this Beachbody opportunity. I think, you know, I want to get flowers like that. I want more info on this Beachbody thing. So stuff like that, I think is my new takeaway after stalking every top coach, basically, is every post they do goes back to Beachbody. Sometimes it's in your face saying Beachbody, and then sometimes it's not, but you get the feeling like, but how do they have that? What are they doing? What is their job? So when you post something, think about, what do you want people to be asking themselves when they look at it? Like, oh, wow, you know, like, how does she look that good? And what did she do to lose her weight? So that's a transformation photo. Or what is she doing that she's able to just take all these trips? Like, I can't do that. Or what is she doing that she can just buy these things, or, you know, whatever it may be. Or she's always posting pictures with her family and has all this free time with them. Like, I want that. So things like that, I think, is a good focus. That's all I have.
Yeah, and what I think what I'd add to that is when we first started, well, not when we first started, we still do, we stalked a lot of the top coaches. And honestly, if I see something that was like, oh, that was a really cool way to say it, I'll just basically redo it, just put it in my own words. So same thing, Lisa, like, go through, I'll create a list of like how I subtly talked about the biz opportunity, and I've created a Word document. I'll upload it into Team VIP. Just do it. If you feel like you read one and you're like, oh, that kind of relates to me, just put it in your own words and make it your own spin. So again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. See what other people are doing and just put your own spin on it. Because I think that'll make your life a lot easier too, because we get so stuck in that like, how do I make it perfect? When we don't have to do that. We can just recreate what's already been done.
I literally copy the same words that Bonnie and I literally do.
Make sure it doesn't say #Bonnie.
Well, yeah. But like, I literally do. I'm like, well, it freaking worked for her, so I'm gonna do it too.
And you're blonde, so it works. So
as long as it's in your 5.
You can copy my words. I don't care. Like, we don't have.
If only there was a top coach that loved chickens and the country life.
That'll be you. That'll be you real soon.
For all the bumpkins out there. They're posting all these beautiful beach pictures, and I'm like, did you want to see my cows? Just kidding. But bottom line is, it's so fabulous to be a coach, and that sounds so cheesy, but it's just the most amazing experience. And sometimes it's hard to share it, but you got this. Like, you, and I think sometimes too, Laura hit the nail on the head. Sometimes we feel like we're like not good enough to help somebody else in their journey, but you are. You just are. So there's your like slap in the face. Like, I'm here to tell you, like, you are enough of a person to help challengers, to help coaches, but you can't get down on yourself if people don't want to join you if you've never said anything about it. So if you look back on your social media tonight and you're like, yeah, it's a secret, nobody knows what I'm doing, then just know that and fix it. But don't be upset about it, and don't put your head in the sand because you're like, nobody likes me, because nobody knows about you. So you have to be willing to put yourself out there and be honest with people. And this is true. The more honest that you are, the more that people come to you. And that is just fact. The more that you are real with people, the more people feel like they can relate to you or not. And that's what you're looking for. So just put yourself out there. Just do it. Do it now. Okay. Now that we've taken all of your time. Next week is onboarding. Have an amazing day, an amazing week. Sleep well. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye.